Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today I'm going to talk about my Rolex Submariner, the 124060. I've owned it for almost 3 years now. Bought it in November of 2021. I just looked at the receipt and looks like I paid, well, before tax it was $8,100. I have worn basically nothing but this watch for the past 7 weeks or more now. It's been to 2 different family reunions. It's been on a week-long vacation. Done some mild hiking and stuff with it, but yeah, I've really enjoyed this watch. It's got a little more wear on it now than it had before, which is totally fine. Before the previous 7 weeks, I would never wear this. I've never worn it with short sleeves. Always worn it with long sleeves to kind of help protect the watch a little bit, but decided to just finally fully wear and enjoy the watch. Nothing too crazy, but you know, I still been wearing it. I mean, not if I'm going to work on a car or do some crazy like brickwork or something like that, but you know, mowing the grass, weed whipping, all that kind of stuff. I just wore this watch. Actually, I guess yeah, if you look at the bracelet here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but we got some wear going on in the bracelet here. Scuffs and stuff there. The clasp has some wear. But yeah, as I'm talking here and recording this video, I'm trying to think about what I'm going to title this video. Is the watch worth it? You know, for me, it took me 20 years to buy a Rolex. I wanted a Rolex watch for a long time. Finally, I don't want to say worked up the courage, but finally was able to justify it in my mind, spending the amount of money that I spent on this watch. I also have sold off a bunch of watches, and I am still selling off watches to basically pay for this watch. So I guess you can kind of say I'm wearing it for free, since I sold off watches to you know, pay for this watches. I paid for it before that, but just to help me justify it, I just can't have all these watches sitting around that I'm not wearing. So I want to wear this watch and totally enjoy this watch. So MSRP for this watch now is $9,100. Actually, when I picked up the day before I picked up this watch, I was at a local watch store. He sells used Rolex watches, some other things too, but I had mentioned to him that I was excited about picking up this watch, and that's basically all I said. And right off the bat, he said, "Hey, I'll give you $13,500 for that watch. You know, bring it in, you know, whatever." I'm like, "No, it took me too long to get the watch. I wanted it forever. You know, I'm not really interested in selling it." But now it looks like on the secondary market, they're going from anywhere between 11 and 13,000. I'm not sure where the mark is at with that, but I could probably, pretty sure I could sell it to a dealer and at least get more than retail, but I'm not interested in doing that. So back to my original thought, is the watch worth it? You know, I still can't answer that. That's a personal thing. For me, I think it's worth it because I wanted it forever, and I'm really wearing it and enjoying it. So, but I would not, you know, sacrifice other areas of my life for this watch or take out a loan or anything like that. But I have been, again, really enjoying this watch, as you can see here. And there's really no other watches I've been looking at buying. Before the past year, I've always been looking, and I'm pretty well satisfied with this. Actually, I take it back. There is still another watch I want. I want a, some of you guys are probably going to hate me for saying this, but I've always wanted a Rolex Pepsi GMT, but those things have a lot of hype, and really hard to get those. That's the first Rolex watch I really remember seeing, and as dumb as it sounds, is because of the TV show Magnum PI. I remember watching Tom Selleck on TV wearing that watch. And this was when I was a kid, and I think it was in the 80s, so I don't know if those were reruns or if those were actually when they were being filmed, but yeah, so Oh, I got a little bit of stuff on the side here too. The 904L steel scratches and scuffs a lot easier than 316L steel. But you know, I mean, really, you probably could clickbait title, right? Wear a Rolex for free, and I've seen this before on other videos where you know you have your initial investments. I paid $8,100 for this plus tax. It's been 3 years, and I could sell it for more than what I paid for it. You know, I have it insured, so I don't know what that is, $100 a year, $200 a year that you're paying for insurance. So maybe the amount that you pay for insurance is just keeping up with the inflation and the increased prices on this. But then you have money lost. But you know, you hear all the time too, watches aren't investments. I think that's something that you really need to take to heart. So another way of considering if the watch is worth it or if you can afford it is if you were to lose this watch or whatever, how much would that hurt you financially? I mean, yeah, it would suck, but I mean, I don't think it would ruin me, but you know, I don't know. I'm just really rambling here. I'm mixing investment with enjoyment. I could be happy. I think I could be happy having this as my only watch, but I have other nice watches too. Kind of at a crossroads in my, I hate this term too, watch collecting journey, but it's kind of funny. I never would have considered being at this point when I started this. Well, I started the channel like 4 years ago, but I've been collecting watches for 15, 20 years in various states. Really gone overboard lately, but trying to trim that back. So, bit of a rambling video here. But it's been nice wearing this and only this for 7 weeks, not really having to think about, okay, what watch am I going to wear today? You know, tomorrow is Speedy Tuesday, so let's wear the Speedmaster, or it's Tudor Thursday, or I don't know what all the different trends are exactly, but it's just nice wearing this watch. Also, if you want to buy a Rolex to impress other people or whatever, I wouldn't buy this one because like nobody notices that I'm wearing this, which is totally fine with me. And that's one of the reasons. I mean, one of the considerations for going with a no-date Submariner is I don't think it's really all that noticeable. Also, I have an Explorer, which I'm going to switch to here. Wear that for a bit. I think this and the Explorer are pretty, plain looking, not really noticeable watches, which I like. So I think the Rolex with the date's a little more noticeable, and it's a little bit flashy, but not terribly flashy. So anyway, that's enough rambling for one video. I'll be putting this back on the shelf, and we'll be putting on a different watch. It's been a fun experiment wearing the same watch for 7 weeks. I can't remember how long. I think I wore it for a month when I first got it, almost 3 years ago. But I wasn't, I'm not going to say I'm being careless, but I wasn't as carefree wearing it back then, almost 3 years ago, as what I have been for the past 7 weeks. Really just wearing it, not thinking too much about it. You know, knock my wrist on a door jamb or whatever. Like, oh well, that's what happens. Or the other day I was in my shop and I was reaching for something and I brought my wrist back and kind of knocked it on the drill press. That's what happens. So, all right, well, that will now conclude this video. As always, thank you for your time and thank you for watching.